He has been off the chain because he is now moved into a level of straight disobedience. I got the report yesterday from the grandmother of the children that says, and this report coming from the school, he's bullying the children. He's not following instructions. He's not following directions. He got off the chain, but who let him off the chain? And that is the key to our children being off the chain. Who let them off the chain? There's a reason why they off the chain. And I'm going to say this. They have to have a change on them till they get to the place of maturity. You cannot let these children off the chain at 5, 6, 13, 13, 15. If they get off the chain, they're going to remain off the chain all the days of their life. Because the chain that they must stay on, it is the word of Yah. It is the discipline of Yah. But in these homes where these parents are not disciplining these children, and they don't want nobody else to discipline their children, they are letting them off the chain. So don't look at these children and saying how bad they are and they just get in everything. Why is they doing that? Because we as parents are letting them do it. We are more afraid of them than they are of us. And that didn't used to be. We were afraid of our parents. They were not afraid of us. Everywhere you go, that's all you hear. Boy, I tell you, these children, they off the chain. Duh is a reason. Because you let them off the chain. And so what he got to do? He got to go back on the chain. When I went to pick him up, he said to the lady that watch over them, he said, I don't want to go. She told him, said, the only way you don't go, if that your granddaddy don't come and pick you up. Because surely, if he comes, you're going to leave up out of here. Now, that's one of them old school grandmothers down in Selma, Alabama, that was raised on the chain, telling me how she still fear her mother today, and she over her 50s. Here's the thing. If you let them off the chain, they're going to be off the chain. Where are you too strict? Well, look at your looseness. If I'm too tight, look at your looseness on them, and look at the results. He's terrorizing the children at school. But then when you go over there and talk to them and you let them and you let the young people know I'm old school. Yeah, when I get home, I'm gonna wear his backside out. Oh, well, I just think you need to give him some time out. Yeah, time out to cool his butt. That's the time out he gonna get. To cool his butt. I'm not gonna give him no time out. I'm like, go to your room. No, I'm gonna put what the police gonna put on him. And that's that stick. Because if I don't put it on him, the police is waiting on him to put it on him. And he ain't going to have no sympathy when he put it on him. He's not going to just put it on his butt. He's going to put it on, he's going to put it on any place he wants to put it on. Upside the head. The song used to say, oops, upside the head. That's what the police said. Oops, upside the head. When he's beating your child. Because you see, you know, well, you too strict. You got to discipline everything. Everything in life is about discipline. Everything in life is about discipline. That's why Yah gave us the commandments. It's about disciplining us. Look what Aaron's sons wasn't disciplined. They drink and walk contrary to the word of Yah. But look at the price they paid. They both burned Yah, sent fire and burned them up. I think that was the first cremation of man. Yah burned them up because there's no discipline. The mothers are too sympathizing with them. I don't want to go. Okay, son, you ain't got to go. But are you going to be able to tell them when that police comes to your house and knock on your door and say, I'm coming to arrest your son? Is he going to look back and say to you, Mama, I don't want to go? He can say it all he wants, but I guarantee you, like the woman said to my grandson, you going to leave up out of him? That is the truth. Keep around him, feeding into the lies and the deception, getting this ugly look on their face, eyes dropping down like some wayward dog, and you feeling sympathy for him. Keep feeling sympathy for him. and see what happens. You're going to cry many days, but he won't see you crying, all because now he crying, and you ain't going to see him crying. My point is that we must take back what the enemy stole. The enemy is stealing our children right underneath, as the old saying, underneath our nose, and we don't see it. We don't see what the enemy is doing to our children. He is destroying them right before our eyes. We so blind, we can't even see that they need to be on the chain, not off the chain. I can't tell you what to do with your children, but I can tell you what the result's going to be, that if you don't put them on the chain, keep them off the chain, and you'll be laying there with one eye open. You see, don't bring him to me when he's 13, 14. You done fed him all this deception. And then you want me to straighten. Oh, well, he off the chain. How long he been off the chain? All his life. All his life he been off the chain. Now you want me to come and put him on the chain. Now I got to lay there with one eye open, scared this is going to come in here and put a gun to my head and stab me. Huh? All because you let him off the chain in the beginning. Praise Almighty Yah. Praise Almighty Yah. I'm angry with these parents taking the children off the chain. And then they saying, oh, he's off the chain. She off the chain. But what does that mean? He needs to go back on the chain. But if he never had a chain, what chain you going to put him on? You ain't laid no kind of foundation, no kind of discipline. So what chain you going to put him on? You don't have one. And here's your remark. I can't do nothing with him. That's the response. I can't do nothing with him. Because why? You never had a chain to put him on. Why we got police. What do the police do? When your sons and daughters get arrested, they put them on the chains. They put them on the chain. And they don't just keep them a few years. They're keeping them 200 years. And I say 200 years, I'm talking about life. They will go in as a young teenager and die in prison. All their life, they will be in prison. All because you didn't have a chain to put them on. And when somebody steps in and tries to put them on the chain, oh, no, that's too much. Take them off the chain. And then when he get off the chain, what do he do? Or what she do? Tell you what they ain't going to do. That's what they do. One listen. One is told not to bring the burden in the Shabbat. That's not a burden. The burden is in the 6 days. My grandson been gone for a minute. He was saying, yes, sir, and no, sir. Yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. But where has he been? He been around others that don't require for him to say yes, sir, and no, sir. So when he come back yesterday, yeah, yes. What, boy? Yes, yes, sir. You see, because he ain't got nobody else there, and everybody else he's going to ain't telling him, you need to say yes, sir, no, sir, and yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. Because, see, that's old-fashioned. That's on the chain. Off the chain, you ain't got to say it. But they saying other words. He's cursing and using profanity. Do he remember how to pray? No, because ain't nobody else praying with him. Nobody else praying with him. Nobody getting him up in the morning. Nobody before he go to bed at night praying with him. Because they got him off the chain. Praise Almighty Yah. Hashatan is a lie. Every one of them. Every one of them. I prayed this morning. Every one of them that I had under my care. Every one of them. Hashatan is going to take their hands off of them. You ain't hurting me taking your child away. You hurting your child and yourself. Put an old-fashioned butt cutting on him. My dad did to me that. He put it on me, and I'm still alive to tell it. It didn't kill me. No, you killing them. You killing them by taking them off the chain. Say you love them. Praise Almighty Yah. I'm angry with this generation of young people that having children and don't know what to do with them. Don't know what to do with them. Don't even know the purpose of having children. They laid down there for one purpose and came up with another purpose. They wasn't fully educated in sex. The next thing you know, up comes the child. They are falling through the cracks right before our eyes because we so caught up in each other. The children crying out, but they don't know what to cry out for. Now, I know what he's crying out for. This is a way a child draws attention. When they are looking for some attention, they draws it, but most of the time, so you ain't going to send me off in the room and say, go and get on the PlayStation. Go get on your tablet. He did that a lot, so it didn't matter what I took from him. This generation, you can take it all day long. They don't care. So what? You know what I do know? You're gonna give it back to me sooner or later. Oh, you can't look at TV for a week. Okay, no problem. I go in my room and I do something else till the week is over, and I come back and I watch TV. No big deal. You cannot treat this generation that way. The scripture don't teach us that. Take nothing away from that child. It said, put that rod on his back. That's what he said. Put the rod on his back. That drives that foolishness. Now, by itself, it's not going to do it. You got to have both of them. You got to have prayer and you got to have the rod for this generation of children. So before I put the rod on you, I'm going to pray. I'm going to pray that y'all will be done in your life. And then I'm going to put the rod on you. That's a connection. Prayer, rod, they connect. And that will make that child understand. I call my rod, I call it Mr. Understanding. You see, when my grandson left, he had some understanding. And he was all right for a while. And he looked around. And he said, oh, ain't nobody enforcing his understanding. So you know what? Let me forget the understanding that my granddaddy gave me. But, he could get reacquainted to Mr. Understanding. You got to get reacquainted. He off the chain, but I'm going to put him back on the chain. He's not ready to go off the chain. There'll come a day. He will be ready to get off the chain, and that's the time. These children are not ready to be off the chain. 15, 16, they are not ready to be off the chain. That is what Yah says. When he becomes 20 years old, he's now ready to get off the chain. At 20, because now he can accept now his own responsibility. He's accountable for his own responsibility. But until then, from 0 out of the womb to 20 years old, we as parents are responsible that we bring them up in the admonition of Yah, to fear and reverence Yah. Praise Almighty Yah for his word. For his word will not return unto him void, but it will accomplish the things that it is sent it to do, to perform it. And so Yah's word will be performed in these children that came under my presence. They will be performed. The word is not going to return. Even if it is not in my presence, I spoke the word over them. They are not off the chain. Father, hallelujah.